Hey guys, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, my name is Grace. It is another weekly weigh-in video. This is my weigh-in video for week 45. I have been using zepbound since February of 2025. And last year in 2025, over the course of 10 months, from February 25th through December 24th, when I weighed in, I reached my 50-pound weight loss goal. That's my very first goal. I am a mom of 2 small kids. I'm also a teacher. I'm a wife. Before I get into the weigh-in, this is the track that I go and walk, and the sun is barely coming out. And I wanted to show you, I got Dunkin's brand new sugar-free protein latte. I got a hot one. I will tell you, I don't like the price. It was $5.98 for a medium. I will say it's cheaper than Starbucks, and it's definitely cheaper than Dutch Bros. So let's give it a try. The only sugar-free option they had was sugar-free vanilla. When I looked at the nutrition online, this was 170 calories. This was 15 grams of protein. It had 13 grams of carbs. So that's coming from the milk. This is sugar-free vanilla. It smells kind of toasty. I'm not gonna lie, almost like a burned coffee. I do like this. It tastes like a regular latte. Anyone else order like healthier alternatives of stuff and then get really worried that they messed up your order and gave you the regular thing and now you've messed up your day? When I started this journey, I weighed in at 265.4 pounds. And my very last weigh-in of 2025 was December 24th, when I reached 50 pounds lost. And if you're wondering, Grace, how did the holidays go for you? Because that is Christmas Eve. And I did not talk about my weight. This is the very first time I'm talking about my weight in 2026 and after that video. And I will tell you, I'm gonna try to remember to insert some photos here. Guys, I ate, and I did not overeat because it was the holiday and I was going to allow myself to indulge. What I meant I ate, I just feel like I ate real food. If you have been following my YouTube channel, you know that I'm very open about what I eat. I put it out there. Some people love it, some people hate it. I get a lot of criticism for you're eating too much. How do you eat all that food? You're not eating enough protein still. You are eating too many processed foods. You're eating too much sodium. Like, I know that when I post those videos, I open myself to a lot of criticism. A lot of you guys do come in the comments and tell me how helpful they are because you are struggling to get your protein in. And I just want to say this loud and clear for everyone. Even though the meals that I show you might look like a lot of food to you, they are not a lot of food to me. My body still tolerates that amount of food. And even if it didn't tolerate it, I'm going to be really honest, I'm going to keep eating because I do not want to lose muscle. I do not want to have more hair loss. I do not want to become skinny fat. Or I think the medical condition for that is, I'm going to butcher this, but I think it's sarcopenic obesity. That's when you lose so much muscle and you lose a lot of weight, but now your body is essentially just left with a bunch of fat and you're just frail and weak. I do not want that. So I'm going to keep eating and I'm going to keep nourishing my body because I need to get my calories in and I need to get my nutrition in, and my focus right now in my nutrition is protein. I'm going to keep posting my what I eat in the videos. They help keep me accountable. They help me to share ideas of how I put so much protein together for others that might be struggling with that. And they also help to inspire me. And by that, I mean, every time I post a video, I always get new recommendations and suggestions from some of you guys in the comments. And I love it and I welcome it because that's how I found all these products, is by suggestions and recommendations. And over the Christmas break, I ate so many fun holiday foods that, you know, my family put together. I am Hispanic. I was born in Colombia. So one of the nice treats that my mom made was, it's actually a Venezuelan staple known as hallacas. They are basically, if I could describe it, it's like a beef tamale, but it also has like chicken and pork inside. and all kinds of like fun, like stewed veggies. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite like memories of holidays when I was a kid and when I was growing up. My mom didn't always make these, so when she made them, it's a real treat. And for Christmas this year, she made them to gift them to us, and she made me 2 extra, so I had double servings of that on different days, not the same day. It's a really big meal, but you better believe I chowed down every ounce of that, and I did not feel guilty for a second. My sister also made a really rich, decadent lechón meal for Christmas Eve, so that was delicious. Over the New Year's week, I also had a wedding that I went to, and I ate the food there, no problems, no issues. My experience is I did not feel out of control. I just feel that I didn't, like the rest of the year, I didn't say no to things like, oh, I don't really need to eat that. Let me just eat this healthier alternative instead. During these past 2 holiday weeks, when we were on winter break and I had my kids, I was basically eating what my family was eating, like actually eating with them. And that felt good because it helped. I think it helped to give me a break from the diet fatigue. I have been so consistently, really meal prepping and choosing healthier alternatives and kind of just eating regular food. I think helped to give me that reset that everybody's talking about, to really be ready to just jump right back in and go, fast and furious in January. So once I took my 45th shot, I weighed in at 215.4 pounds. That means that over those 2 weeks, those 2 holiday weeks, I actually stayed exactly the same. I did not gain or lose any weight. I will take that as a win, because anytime that we lose or we don't gain, I consider that a win. So my first weigh-in for 2026, after those 2 holiday weeks, after not losing, and after doing a low-carb meal plan, I weighed in this morning at 212 pounds, even 212. That means that I lost 3.4 pounds this week. That means I've lost 53.4 pounds total so far. That's crazy. I am very conflicted about my weight loss this week, and I want to explain why. Grace, you lost a ton of weight. That's amazing. Good job. You did it. Yes, but here's the issue that I'm struggling with. I did a low carb meal plan this week, and if you have not seen that video, please go back, watch the video, give it a like. And I ate a lot of red meat this week. My breakfast was eggs and bacon. My lunch was tuna and broth. And my dinner was a beautiful ribeye that I split with my husband. This meal plan that I made, it was less than 30 grams of carbs for the whole week. It was still 1,400 calories, and it was over 140 grams of protein. So it was a really great meal plan, and it was all whole foods. It was clean foods. Someone said, red meat stays in your system for up to 3 days. And then I had to look that up because I was like, is that true? The process of red meat specifically to go through your body, to go through this digestion and break down with all the acids in your stomach, and then obviously pass through your intestines and leave your body, can be between 24 to 72 hours depending on the fat content of the red meat that you ate. And ribeye is incredibly high in fat. That's where I was getting my energy from, was from the fat in the food. Grace, were you constipated? Yes, I was constipated, and I felt energized, and I didn't feel bloated. I felt fine, I felt comfortable in my body. But the thought of the meat just being in my body that long, and if you know about GLP-1s, you know the science behind them is that they slow the gastric emptying. That means this food sits longer in your stomach. It passes slower through the rest of your body. So if red meat already takes that long to go through your body, the last 2 days, it's been really hard to fall asleep because all I can think about is this meat is just sitting in there, It's not getting processed. It's moving very slowly. Something about that just gave me the icks. If you have any suggestions for a low carb meal plan, put it in the comments. We have to go get our groceries Saturday. and I really want to be supportive of him, but I don't want to eat eggs for breakfast again. I'm okay with my broth, with my tuna, give me all the bacon, but I think I need to change the meat. And I think this week, even though I'm not like a super chicken fan, I'm fine with chicken, but chicken is not exciting to me. That feels like diet food to me. Eating just grilled chicken, that feels like diet food. So maybe like fish or maybe shrimp. If you have any ideas for something low carb, tell me in the comments how you would maintain a second low carb week, because I did get great results. Over 3 pounds lost. Take this as inspiration. If you've been struggling on your weight loss journey and the scale is not moving, I'm telling you, do a week of low carb. I can't imagine that it won't get the scale moving. Also, I saw some sort of like data about GLP-1s maybe are not entirely good in combination with a low carb diet because it affects your blood sugar levels. Obviously, I'm eating very little sugar, so that might not be a good idea either. I don't know. I don't have type 2 diabetes, but I saw some sort of like research on that, and I thought, wait, am I affecting my blood sugar levels that much that I really should not do it? I'm not so sure, but tell me what you guys think in the comments. Should I do week 2 of low carb, and what should I eat on this second week of low carb? Tell me in the comments, because I really did like the results, but I'm also worried because if I don't do entirely low carb, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to weigh in next week when I reintroduce the carbs, and I'm probably going to have a weight gain next week, because that's also what happens with low carb diets, right? I did it. Okay. I know how successful you can be on a low carb diet. Guys, in 2020, when the world locked down, your girl decided she was going to get fit. I actually did not, unlike so many people who gain weight. I lost weight. I lost over 70 pounds because I was in my house, locked down with my kids and my hubby. And your friend right here was doing a low carb diet. She was doing keto. So I know that it works, but also that weight creeped back in once I reintroduced carbs, and that inflammation creeped back in. I'm kind of troubled by my weight loss this week, because once I reintroduce carbs, is the scale gonna sort of like, my body gonna stabilize and get all that weight back on? I don't know. If you've tried the Dunkin protein latte, tell me in the comments whose protein latte you prefer. Starbucks, Dunkin, or Dutch Bros. Please tell me how you did this week. So we're wrapping up our first week of 2026. I want to know how you did. Did you have a great week? Did you have a rough week? Tell me in the comments. I want to know either way. I really want to, because I want to encourage you and support you. This was a great week for me, but it did not come without problems. Now I have this creepy thought of all this meat sitting in my body, and I'm constipated, so I just don't know. Tell me how it's going for you. Sometimes we can get those wins, but you know what? They end up costing us, right? I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me that comment. And also, let's keep losing. Bye.